And welcome back. Now I'm nearly done painting the roof, so just a few dozen more paint strokes to go, but I'm being really careful here because, in all fairness, I was really sweating to get this done because, not only because of the warm temperature coming through the window, which I think is making the paint dry a little faster than I want it to, but because this is the first time I'm working on the coach this size. I mean, sure, I added a little work to the auto coaches, but nothing of this scale. The auto coaches were just a bit of work on the inside, that's it, just fitting the light. But this is a full-on paint. And they always say, do not leave any brush marks. And I figured, why not? Lots of coaches of the time had canvas style roofs. Actually, yeah, the coaches were made of a type of canvas that was very tightly put together. And yeah, along the length, you'd find something like bands or something holding the lengths of canvas in place. I am being a bit heavy on the paint, I admit, but like black, white, or whatever form of white this is a very tricky colour to paint over, so I just hope this grey, I think it's grey, stands out nice. Otherwise, once this dries, and if I don't like the look of it, I'm switching back to silver. Yep. I'll probably show a few photos of the finished product on the YouTubers Facebook page when and if I'm really finished with it. Because that's the thing about modeling, is you never really finish the project. Sounds like a Triumph just went by. If you're a bike enthusiast, correct me if I'm wrong. Just scan all the little bits of white that's sticking out. Yeah, it's starting to look alright. Using the sunlight as a gauge to show where I missed out. Yeah, and I think I got it. I think I got it all. Sweet! But if I have failed in doing it correctly like this, then I'll have to switch to this white I have here. Because I just put enamel over it, and normally I think you'd use something like acrylic paints here. And sadly, you cannot put acrylic over enamel unless you use something like that Homebrew Clear, I believe, which is greatly annoying because I don't have any of that. Now, brush clean, thank God, it's easy, especially if you have something like fresh thinners. Unlike in a previous video where I had to stop midway through to replace the thinners because it was really getting really bad. So, put the brush over there, put the paints away. And just portionately reassemble the carriage, just the chassis and the frames, because the buffers have now dried. You can actually see them stick out compared to before. They don't stick out unless you shine them in the light. These, they do actually stand out quite nicely now, so I'm happy. I'm happy with that. Now this brake coach is definitely going on the rear of the train, so I ain't worried on which way the buffers face, as long as it's that way. Now, I'll just put the lid on my thinners jar here so we don't get any smell anymore. Alright, I'll just start removing some of this masking now. So just remove the clamp. And start to pull on the tape. Right, that's looking sharp. It's looking good so far. Because this is the first time I've painted a coach this size. I'm honest with you, I'm nervous. Well, a little overflow here, but that's okay. A little overflow in there too, but nothing to worry about. I can easily put this bit on the end of the coach, which faces inward to the train, depending on how this one ended up. Now, that looks good so far. I like it, I really do. This is going on the brake end of the train because that is nice and clean. Now for the hot, tricky one. Yeah, it went a little over, but at least it's uniform, so I like it. That's good. Now to get rid of the masking on the coach body. Oh yeah, that's right, I joined them. So, in theory, one big go. And that's actually looking quite nice now. So, as the paint in the sensors, this stuff actually can dry quite quick, depending on the type of paint you're using. Different colors gives better drying times. This one, yeah, we got a bit of a high spot there, but nothing to worry about. Now we'll just carefully fit this. Was this the good end? Yeah, one's the good end. This one's the good end, so I'll fit this in like so. And it looks good. It matches up nicely. Now we'll just flip this over and get the other slot in. Try not to touch the wet paint. Slots in nicely too. And we can see the whole blackout thing has worked somewhat. It looks good. I like it. Now to fit the coach, now to fit the coach windows back in. Now this is going to be a bit tricky without having to flip it on its back, but I believe there's a way of doing it. Just give me a minute to figure out how. Oh dear. So, they just slot in. Nice, simply and easily. Try not to get white paint on myself here, so this is trickier. Now this goes in the center, so just, there we go. Now just grab the chassis here. Make sure I get the right ends facing which. And just, I think for this I'll have to take the bogies back off, so hang on. Lovely, lovely. Now, fit the interior back in. Good. Get the end in. Wiggle the center in. Whoops. I just took the end bit off there. Alright, now. There we go. Now. Just like that. We got ourselves a repainted, well, a new roof painted LNER T-coach. Now, before I get it onto the track, I'll just grab an example here of one of my other teak brakes, which actually has a good white roof, to show an example between the two. Now, if this one, oh come on autofocus, don't mess with me now. It gives a nice genuine shine in the sun. In the shadow, in the shade here, once autofocus quits being a pain in the backside, although you can see some brush marks, I believe it looks good. I really do think it looks good. And here is the other brake. As you can see, they seem like the roofs are different, but technically they're the same coach. Except this one's a lot heavier. Now, I might actually use this brake coach here in my upcoming video that I haven't yet filmed, which is part 3 of the Grizzly trilogy, the A4 class. Now, that just looks beautiful now. I like it, I really do. It looks good. The paint still needs to dry, so I'll just put it on the rails here. Get the stuff out of the way and just roll it into a siding. Now, whoop, there goes my counterweight. I'll just prise the camera out of the jig here because, yeah. And annoyingly, I cannot flip it the other way around. I know, whoops, over the camera. I know it looks off, but you know, we just view it like this. It actually kind of blends in nicely. I admit I can see a bit here or there where there's quite a bit of white in it, but I'm trying to give that aged roof look, which is hard to get. But thank you very much for watching. This is Upwell and Onwards here. Sign off, and since it's a lovely day, I might as well do a bit of outside activities. See ya.